Hi everyone, today we have a lovely short little practice that's going to be great for you at the end of the day, especially if you get like a little bit of a stiff back, a feeling of compression through there, sort of like achy legs, a little bit of fluid retention, anything like that. This practice is going to get your body moving, get the circulation moving, relieve some of that puffiness and stuff, release some of that compression, and then bring you into a really nice state of relaxation at the end of it. So perfect if you're wanting to unwind before going to sleep as well. So all you will need is your mat along with something that you can use to raise your hips. So I've got a couple of pillows over there. If you've got an actual yoga bolster that you like to use, of course you can use that as well. Okay, so once you've got your mat and your props ready, we're going to start in child's pose, okay? So knees apart, let's just let our heels and our butt come together here. You can walk your hands out in front of you and just lower your head. And we're just going to take our time here to breathe. So we're going to be breathing all the way down into the belly, actually imagining that we're breathing into the kidneys or the lower back. So with each inhale, try to feel your lower back actually expanding. And with every exhale, just let your body melt a little bit more into the ground. So inhale, feeling every vertebra in your lower back just decompressing, getting a little bit more space. And exhaling, softening into the ground. While we're here, if you have a specific intention for your practice today, you might want to bring that to mind. Just letting go of all the cares of the day. Your to-do list is still going to be there if you forget about it for a few minutes. Okay, just gently coming up into an all fours position. We're just going to mobilize the back with some cat and cow. Okay, so on the inhale, coming into your cow pose, so dropping the belly down, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, dropping the head, pushing the back up into the ceiling almost. So inhale your cow and exhale to cat. If you want to mobilize the legs and add a little bit extra here, when we're going into our cow, we're going to bend the knees, curl the heels up into the butt. When we exhale, we're going to push the back up, round, drop the head, and we're just going to hover the knees off the mat a little bit, so engaging the quads. Okay, so inhale with that leg curl, and exhale, hover the knees. Let's do 3 more like that. Inhale, leg curl, arch the back. Exhale, push the back up, hover the knees. Okay, we're going to mobilize in our twisting motion as well. So from here, just threading the needle. So inhale, lifting the left arm up, opening the chest up to the side. Exhale, threading that arm through, maybe touching the shoulder to the mat. Let's do 4 more like this. Inhale, twist, open up to the ceiling. Exhale, threading through. One more breath just like that. Inhale, twist, open the chest, move through the upper spine. Exhale, final threading through. Coming back to all fours, we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, inhale, right arm comes up, open the chest, lift. Exhale, threading through. Three more breaths. Focusing on moving through the spine, especially the upper back, as much as you can. Okay, coming back to your all fours position, we're going to come up to downward dog now. So just curling the toes under, sending those hips up and back. Now I want you to keep your knees bent, so it's okay if your heels are off the mat, but I want you to focus on pushing the ground away from you with your arms. So that means that if you're here, when you push the ground away, your upper body is going to get much straighter. I want you to imagine sending the hips up as high as they will go into the sky. Now keeping your arms and your upper body in this position, now you can start to lower the heels towards the mat, move the knees towards straight if you want, but if you can't get them straight, that is perfectly okay. And let's just stay here for a few breaths. Okay, we're just going to start to move the legs a little bit. So you might have heard people refer to walking the dog. Okay, so we're going to bend one knee, straighten the other, just alternate like that. Okay, and just observing how the stretch changes as you do this. Keep making sure that you're sending your hips up as high as they'll possibly go. Lovely. Okay, we're going to move forward into plank. Okay, just staying here. So I want you to almost like dome your stomach a little bit. So imagine you're pulling your belly button up to the ceiling and you're pushing the ground as far away from you as you can. Okay, just going to do a little bit of stability work here. On your next exhale, back to downward dog. Staying here a couple of breaths and we're going to move back into plank. Okay, so we're going to inhale, come forward into plank. And now this time on the exhale, we're going to bring the left knee up towards the chin. Okay, so curling, using your abs. Inhale, step it back. Again with the left leg. Exhale, now bringing it towards the left armpit. So curling really tight. Inhale, step back. Exhale, we're going to bring it to the right elbow. Little twist, again crunching as hard as you can, step back. And exhale, back to downward dog. If you ever need to, you can always rest in child's pose instead of the downward dog. But downward dog is a really nice way to just gently stretch out the calves, which can get quite stiff and sore if we've been standing all day. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the right side now. So inhale, come forward, and exhale, now right knee towards the chin. Okay, curling as tight as you can. Inhale, step back. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, right knee to right armpit. Inhale, back. Let's stay here this time. Exhale, knee to the left elbow, little twist. And back. And exhale, downward dog. Okay. Let's come back onto our knees. Move back into child's pose. And just take a moment here, bring our focus back into the lower back. So again, breathing all the way down into the belly. Just consciously giving that lower spine permission to decompress. See if you can also experience a moment of gratitude for your body for all that it's done today. And this is just your little reminder in the middle of our practice that we are doing this to take care of your body. Okay, let's come back up to all fours. Let's come up to our plank position for just a moment, and then we're going to step our right leg to the outside of our right hand. Okay, so we're in lizard pose. So here, if you want, you can lower your knee or you can keep it up. Okay, that's entirely up to you. But here we're just going to make little circles with our hips. Okay, so it looks a little bit weird, but it's just your opportunity to feel into where you might need this stretch. Okay, so we want to keep the awareness in the body. It's not about making a particular shape now or looking a certain way. It's about paying attention to how your body feels and what it needs. So it's like a moment of reconnection. So just going both ways with these circles. You can let your knee move if you want. Lovely. Okay, let's drop that back knee down. All right, let's keep our left hand on the mat. So we're going to thread the needle but from lizard pose now. So keeping those hips nice and heavy. On the inhale, we're going to take our right arm up, opening, and then exhale, threading through. Just pay attention to how this changes the stretch on the hip. Inhale, open to the right, and exhale, threading through. 3 more. Beautiful. Now we're going to take it a little bit more into the quads if possible, because they also do a lot of work if we're standing and walking around all day. So you can stay here, keep the hips heavy, and see if it's available for you to bend that back knee while keeping the hips down. So if in bending the knee your hip comes up like this, that's okay. Just focus on the stretch with the leg extended. But if you can keep the hip down and bend the knee, what we're going to do is twist to the right side, bend the knee, reach back, and just catch the outside of that foot, and we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Keeping that hip heavy, lifting the chest, just observing how that stretch comes into the hip flexors and quads on that left leg. Okay, release that hand, release the leg back down, curl those back toes under. We're going to come back into plank, so lifting that back knee, stepping back to plank, and we're going to step forward with the left leg now on the outside of the left arm. So again, you can either raise or lower that back leg, it's totally up to you, but we're going to go back to our hip circles, okay? So again, just moving the hips in circles both ways. This is again your reminder to just forget about the shape, forget about what this looks like, and bring your awareness into yourself, into your body. Where do your hips feel tight? Where do your hips feel like they need a little bit more stretch, a little bit more movement? Okay, so lowering that back knee, we're going to thread the needle once more, observing how our twist changes how our glutes and our hip flexors feel. Okay, so right arm is planted, inhaling, left arm up, chest is open, look up at the sky, exhale, thread through. Keeping the hips heavy, inhale, twist, exhale, thread through. Two more. Okay, so again here, if this is quite intense, you're more than welcome to just stay here. You can take this twist to the side. If you want a little bit more on that right quad, keep the hips where they are, bend that leg, circle this arm back and just catch the outside of that foot and just stay here and breathe. So inhale, lift the chest, twist, look up. Exhale, let those hips get heavy and sink towards the floor a little bit more. Okay, releasing the arm back down, releasing that leg. You can step back into an all fours position, and we're actually going to come over onto our backs for this next part. So what can often happen if we're standing up all day, we've got all this fluid and stuff that flows down and our legs can get really puffy and sore. So we want to move our muscles to encourage good blood circulation and lymph circulation and just get all that fluid moving around. And it's also really nice to invert, okay? So to have the legs raised so that everything can start to drain a little bit. So we're going to do both things at the same time and work on our mobility a little bit now. So let's lay down on our backs, take the left leg and just hold your hands behind your knee. If this is difficult, you can always have a strap or something like that, okay? So from here, we're going to try and keep the knee where it is, and we're going to engage our quad and just actively straighten the leg, okay? So observe as you straighten, we're using strength in the quad and we're going to feel a stretch in the hamstring, okay? All right, we're just going to do maybe 10 of these, okay? So as you inhale, extend, exhale, lower. So inhale, extend, engage the quad, feel the stretch on the hamstring, exhale, lower, okay? And this is 4, 5, trying to get that knee as straight as possible, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Let's swap legs. So again, finding your position, you can use a strap if you need to. All right, and 10 on this side as well. So inhale, engage the quad, flex, extend, sorry, and exhale, relax. Going to 10 again. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wonderful. Okay, just release that. From here, we're going to go into a twist. So now we're starting the yin or more relaxing part of our process. So from here on, we're going to do a few poses. We're going to hold each one for about 3 minutes. So you don't want to get straight into the pose and push it as far as you can. You want to actually set yourself up, get comfortable, and then just let time and gravity do a little bit of the work, okay? So reclined spinal twist is the first one we'll be doing. Okay, so let's start with like a figure 4 stretch. So just take the left knee up and we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. We're just going to pull that towards us. You might get a bit of a glute stretch here. Okay, we're going to let that whole configuration fall over to the left side here. Okay, so now you might get a bit of a glute stretch here. So there is the option to do your twist just like this with this knee raised and the stretch on the outer corner of the glute. But if you prefer it to be more of a twist and less of a glute stretch, you're welcome to drop that knee down. So I'm going to slide my right foot a little bit underneath the outside of my left knee. So my legs are a little bit crossed on this side. And opening my upper body, I want to keep my shoulder blades, so the backs of my shoulders on the mat, okay? So it's okay if this knee is not touching the floor, but let's keep our shoulders on the floor. Okay, and feel free to make any adjustments you need in order to get comfortable. You might want a pillow or something under that knee if this stretch is a little bit intense for you. I'm going to set a timer for us. We're all going to stay here for the next 3 minutes. Ready? Let's go. So when you're here, just closing your eyes and focusing on the breath. So with each inhalation, filling up your rib cage, feeling the little stretch between all of the muscles between your ribs. And as you exhale, try to release a bit more tension so your whole body gets softer and more relaxed with every exhalation. So just take this opportunity to practice stillness, not just of your body, but of your mind. And the way that you're going to do that is by just bringing your attention back every time to your breath, to the sensations in your body. And consciously working with the breath to release tension every time you exhale. So your body is getting softer and softer, melting into the mat. Feel that far knee, that right knee getting heavier and dropping towards the ground a little bit more with every breath. And you're just releasing all resistance here. Just allowing gravity to slowly release all of that tension and stiffness from your body, from your muscles, from all the connective tissue, from your spine. Staying completely present with the breath. Staying completely present with the sensations in your body as you deepen into this stretch. And slowly coming out of that twist, okay? You can uncross your legs, bring them back to center. Just rocking those knees side to side in case you have any stiffness in the back or in the hips that you need to release, and we're going to prepare for the other side. So also 3 minutes on this side. So we'll start with our figure 4 stretch. So this time, left ankle on the right knee. You can pull it in towards you, see if you get a glute stretch if you need one, and letting that configuration drop over now to the right side. So again, possible that you'll get a stretch on the outer glutes here. You're very welcome to keep that. Just open up the arms and then look with your head towards the left. If you prefer more of a spinal stretch rather than that glute release, we're going to slide this leg under the other one so they're crossed over a little bit. Open the arms out and look towards the left. So we want to try to keep our shoulders on the mat. It's okay if this knee comes off the ground. Gravity is going to just like slowly press that down for us during this stretch. So once again, get everything you need to get comfortable. If you need some support under here, you can take it. And once again, we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. So once again, closing your eyes, taking nice, deep, slow breaths in and out through the nose.
expanding all the way down into your belly as you breathe in, relaxing and allowing your entire body to soften as you exhale. And just stay with it even if you notice some resistance. So you might find your mind trying to escape from the stillness, okay? Wanting to check your phone, wanting to think about what's next, wondering if so-and-so has messaged you back or if you've got that email you're waiting for. Just observe all of that and bring yourself back to the breath, back to the body. Observing how your body feels as you inhale and as your ribs stretch to accommodate all that extra air. And then just deliberately letting go of any tension, any resistance with the out breath. Doing your best to observe the feelings in your body, observe the thoughts that you're having about them, and just practice observing without responding. So your body might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Just see what happens if you don't react to that, if you don't scratch that itch, if you don't make that adjustment. Same thing with your mind, just observing the thoughts without chasing, without judging, without continuing the story, just observing. Look at that thought. Slowly, gently coming up out of that position. Okay, you can use your hands to assist if your hips are a little bit stiff. And once again, maybe just rolling those hips out, okay? Swaying those knees side to side to loosen up the hips, loosen up the lower back. We're going to prepare for our final pose, which is also the most relaxing one. So now I'd like you to get your props, okay? So your bolster or your pillows or whatever it is that you're using today, something to elevate your hips. And you can choose your level. I'm using 2 quite thick pillows, but you choose what's comfortable for you. But the more elevation you have, the better, in my opinion. So all we actually are going to do for this one, a little bit awkward maybe, but we're just going to get our hips up on the props, lie our upper back and head and shoulders on the ground, and then lift our legs up on the wall. Once again, we're going to hold this for a minimum of 3 minutes, but you're very welcome to stay here as long as you want because this is the final pose of our practice. Okay, so just making whatever adjustments you need and settling in here. Just completely surrendering to this pose. Maybe just observing how it feels like there's a wave of relaxation slowly washing over your body, starting from your toes, moving up your feet and ankles, spreading through your calves, up to your knees. Moving through your quads and hamstrings, up the thighs and into the hips. Just notice how your hips are so relaxed and they're sinking into your props, into your bolster or your pillow. Your lower back now. Just observe how that's feeling and how that's changed since the beginning of the practice. How much softer it is, how much freer it is. And if you've been holding any tension in your belly or in your core, that's just completely draining away now. Just notice how your shoulders are heavy, just melting into the ground as your chest is completely soft and open and relaxed. And your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms are relaxed. Your hands are lying on the ground, palms open, completely relaxed. Your head is just being cradled by the ground, meaning your neck can completely relax. Your jaw can soften. And all of those tiny muscles in your face and around your eyes and on your scalp are completely soft. Your face is so smooth. Just feel free to stay here in this state of total relaxation for as long as it's feeling good for you.